Well guys, today another game for the Switch came out from Nicholas, the company publisher that did Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus on the Switch. Remember how we talked about that, where it came with a pretty nice manual, packs of stickers, and reversible cover art, where they kind of added that in for the extra charge. The game was a little pricier on the Switch. Well, now there's a game that's about twice as much on the Switch, and that, of course, is the new Cave Story Plus. If you go on Steam, for example, I checked it earlier today, it's $14.99. This version of the game is $29.99, so it is twice the price. But I wanted to see if they had added anything extra in for the physical version. Now, the digital version is also $29.99, so it is the same price pretty much across the board for this game. But I have a feeling there might be something at least extra in here, because the game is actually bowed a little bit, like there's something kind of stuffed in there holding the center open a little bit. So I figure we'll open it up on here, guys, take a look and see just what comes with this that's extra that maybe helps out with the price. All right, guys, here we are with Cave Story Plus again on the Switch. The cover art itself looks pretty nice on the outside. It's not like bland or anything. It looks pretty good. And of course, the plastic they used is definitely like something you'd get from a cheap shrink wrap machine. I've used those shrink wrap machines before, and this is kind of what you get from it. It's definitely not one of the more professional ones that you get from like the first party games or the higher quality games that come out where it's like 60 bucks. This is definitely a lower end shrink wrap machine for this guy. But let's pop her open after getting that done. Oh wow, geez, okay. Huh, all right. Well, there's a lot more in here than I thought there'd be, to be honest. This is kind of cool. There's a Cave Story, one of those drawstring kind of bags like that. There's something in here, though. Let's see what we got in here. It's a keychain? Yeah, it's a keychain. It's kind of like a rubberized keychain, kind of, like, so it can take some abuse, which is good. It's very bendable, actually. That's kind of cool. It does have a little bit of red going on right here. I don't know if that's just from manufacturing or what, or it's just a stain, a little bit of red, but that's kind of cool. I know that's kind of neat if you're a fan of the series or of Cave Story itself. You have something you can kind of throw on your keys there. And of course, we have the drawstring bag for what that's worth. If you want to use that for something, you can. Next up, we have a disc. I assume this may be a soundtrack of some kind. Interesting, they put it on like a mini disc. You know, these are like the discs you get with like wireless cards. For some reason, that's what I think of right away, because I get so many of them when we were building computers. And they would put them on these little like tiny discs, like a GameCube disc, obviously, like that size. But yeah, this is Famitrax. It looks like it is the Cave Story Plus. Yeah, Cave Story Plus digital audio. Yeah, soundtrack. That's cool. So you have like a soundtrack there you can kind of listen to. I assume you can just rip it to iTunes and kind of put this back up on the shelf or back in here and put it away. But that's neat. I'll have to give that a listen on my laptop later just to see how many tracks are on there. And next up, we have a full manual. Good. I'm glad they are sticking with the manuals, because so many games are coming out now that just do not have these. Vita games, none of the Vita games that I ever bought have manuals. And now newer games are coming out, PS4 and Xbox One, just no manuals at all. And of course, I mean, how many Switch games do we get now where there's no manuals? I like having something that kind of completes it. They have, oh, nice, official Nicholas seal of quality. That's funny. Yeah, assurance that Nicholas Inc. has developed this game to its best effort of quality, design, and fun. That's really funny. So they have that kind of to spoof the Nintendo seal of quality. I like that. Wow, this is good. This looks good. Like, they definitely put some time into this manual. It's actually pretty large. It has some really nice, like, art pieces and everything in there, some concept art that I assume they kind of worked in. Yeah, some pages are just full concept art, but it looks like it has, wow, geez. It looks like it does have a lot of care and time put into this manual. It's definitely not like a 3-page manual or something. It's, what is this? To unlock, how do I get the best ending? What? That's interesting. So you can, whoops. If you turn this page, you may place yourself at risk for spoilers. Sorry about that. Nah, we didn't read much of it. That's funny. I guess this is, if you read for Nicholas Inc. will not be responsible. Oh, I guess that's just, like end of story stuff that maybe helps you make sense of what's happening in the game. That's cool. Oh, let's take a look at the cart's pretty straightforward. I'm sure it tastes terrible. I've had enough of these carts in my time to where I feel like I don't have to eat any more of them. But it's this is like a nice purple kind of label, and it does have, of course, reversible cover art, which is cool. Or maybe you don't want to reverse that cover art, because I think this the front of it looks better than the back, I think. They have the 1001 spikes, kind of, what is that, 128 M card. That's funny. Looks like it's just more advertising for the upcoming games, really. 256 M card. I like that, how they're doing that. 12/20/2004. So, cool little setup here overall. And this is actually, there's definitely more here than the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. However, this one is more expensive than its counterpart, whereas Afterbirth Plus was like $6 or $7 more. This is a full $14.99 more, or it's double the price essentially than the other. So I like the setup here. Really, if I was going to buy it and I wanted all the extra stuff, just get it. I mean, get it physically because it's the same price either way, and at least you get some extra stuff, including a pretty nice physical soundtrack, a keychain, basically all that stuff. I don't know. I like all the extra stuff. I'm kind of a sucker for that. That's why I usually buy my games physically if I can. Cool setup though. A little pricey. If you already have the game, it's up to you if it's worth buying. I mean, I have the game on the PC as well, but I got this one just for the Switch because of the portability factor, although most laptops can run the game fairly easily as well, obviously, so it's up to you. If you don't have the game, it's a great game. It's worth picking up, especially if you've never tried it. Go ahead and just pick it up on the Switch. Get it physically, though. More stuff comes with it, and I really like the setup, and I like what Nicholas is doing with their physical games because they're trying to give us more for our money, so I appreciate that. That's Cave Story Plus, though, guys, on the Switch. Hope you enjoyed a look at it, an unboxing and everything, and I'll see you guys next time.